I'm telling you, Stafford's worth every penny. It's worth every penny what the market will bear. It's worth every penny that he's 29. You got him till age 34. You've got him under contract. You don't have to worry for 5 more years about drafting the next quarterback in Detroit. You just have to surround him with guys to win in this window and restore that freaking roar already over there.
Over under Lions playoff wins in the next 5 years, 4.5.
How do you not take the under on that just because of the history of the Detroit Lions? And
but then what are we doing? Like, what are we paying these guys for?
Well, what's the option? The option is to let him walk for nothing, try and trade him for what? Will we see?
But we've had 8 years of Matthew Stafford. We know what he is. We know what he does for this team, and it's pretty much zero.
Will we see a team with a 28, 29-year-old quarterback who has racked up the numbers like Matthew Stafford? Will we see them trade a guy away like that? Put him on the market quietly, trade him away, get a whole bunch of draft picks, start over, and draft a kid and start all over again. Will that be, in the future, the way to do business in the NFL? If you haven't won a ring, if you haven't won a playoff game, if you are, my goodness, 5-46 against eventual winning teams, should you do that?
I think if you're Detroit, you have to seriously consider it.
I don't know.
You talk about putting the pieces around someone. You could get a quarterback in today's age who would do just as well, who will put up very similar numbers, but without the guys around him, which you could get by trading him, you could get 3 or 4 picks that could turn into a receiver, a defensive end, a linebacker, a lineman.
I can't wait to talk about this with Peter King because I don't see that ever happening.
If you're Detroit, why not? What's the downside? You've already seen what your franchise has been for the last decade.
The downside is that you get somebody.
You're going to get even worse?
Well, excuse me. First of all,
it has nothing to do with me being a Patriots fan. No, it doesn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it doesn't.
When was the last time you struggled about a quarterback? Ever?
But I'm not looking at that from that perspective. I'm trying to think about Detroit. And when you think about what have they done, they've made 3 playoff games since the 80s.
It's easy for you to say. I'm sitting here from a point of view with my team is Josh McCown, who's 38, couldn't be beaten out by a guy that they chose 51st overall last year in year 2, and Bryce Petty, according to Todd Bowles, with an knee injury that looked so bad on Saturday night, he's thinking about saying that he's available on Thursday. That's how desperate the Jets are right now.
Yeah, but you have won a division in the Brady era. You have made the playoffs in the Brady era. What have the Lions done in the Aaron Rodgers era? 0-3 and got outscored by 50 points in the playoffs.
I think some Lions fans might be screaming at their radios or televisions right now that there was a penalty in Dallas during a playoff game that went their wrong way.
Played better than the ref, man.
I understand that. But I understand that to posit that maybe a team one day should go ahead and decide to flush the plan down the toilet with a 28, 29-year-old guy who can wing it around and maybe is your franchise quarterback, and you've already plugged in $80 million into their bank account, and trade that person away because you don't believe that he is your franchise quarterback of the future to win now and try and get a 2 or a 1 or whatever. I don't even know what Matthew Stafford's trade value would be, and then try and go into the college ranks and hope that somebody falls to you and that you do get the 199th pick of overall being a lightning strike.
All I'm saying is I think with Matthew Stafford in Detroit, you've reached your ceiling.
Matthew Stafford is a bona fide, prolific passer in the NFL. You know who he is already. You've got it figured out. In the NFL, when you have those guys, you hold on to them and you build around them. That's it. That's what you're hoping for. The Browns are hoping to have this problem with Kaiser. The Jaguars are hoping against hope that Bortles will somehow turn on a dime, figuratively, and turn into this guy, Stafford. And the Lions did it smarter than the Redskins have done it over the last 2 years. This year and last year combined, what Kirk Cousins is making from Dan Snyder, if you doubled that over the next 2 years, it's still less than what Stafford's been guaranteed over a 5-year extension. You hold on to these guys and you build around them. The market says these guys are worth it. Will we see a team say no? The market says this. We don't believe that that's the way to win games in the NFL.
But if you could get 6 other players for $135 million and play one of these second-round kids who will probably do nearly as well.
You can't say that.
6 other players that is locked up in his contract.
Okay, second-round picks who do nearly as well. Okay, let's go through some of the second-round picks. You got Derek Carr. No, I'm saying you got Derek Carr. Okay, that's not bad. He's great. Andy Dalton. There you go. Okay. Let's see some other ones. Kevin Cobb. How'd that guy do? Hold on a minute. Whoa.
He got injured.
One better. Christian Hackenberg.
Well,
let's go take another second-round pick. Well, so you're going to say, do it right. Do it right. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right. But not every time is it done right, or not every time do you believe in the guy and he turns out to be well. DeShone Kizer, perfect example. You'd rather the Lions go all in on DeShone Kizer and then spread it around
for
the rest of their
$5 million over the next 4 years? Yes, I would.
No, thanks. Here's Matthew Stafford. I guess this video of his twins reacting to the contract. Let's check it out.
Nice.
There you go. Nice. Look at those kiddos, man.
Nice.
Set for life right there. You know, and again,
by the way, his kids have as many playoff wins as he does.
You can't discount it. You can't discount it too, though, Chris.
Right, Mike?
You just you don't realize that when you got your 5 rings behind you that you don't.
I honestly swear
Seriously,
to you, I'm not coming at it from that
that
perspective. All I'm saying is, look, Lions fans have seen this for the last 8 years. Don't you want to try something else? You already know what you're getting.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, the Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.